Hello, everyone. I'm finishing setup. The way this works.
I think I slept on my arm wrong.
Oh no.
It hurts.
Alright, time to not cause problems.
I'm shaking and jiggling.
An opposite day. Oh, once more into the breach.
What's going on? Oh. Excuse me. Are you homeless?
Oh, hello, Bunny.
Hello.
How are things going here?
They are good. I saw
Good.
Daisy.
What?
I saw Daisy around.
Oh, lovely. Well, I suppose not so lovely. It is this area, but familiar faces are nice.
Yes.
Goodness, busy as usual.
Apparently there's a client.
Yeah, it seems that I paid for my crack shooting with, some nice, lovely mucus ingestion. So, sorry if I sound a little sick.
You're fine, Charles. That neighborhood was pretty shitty. I'm not surprised you got sick.
Oh! Is it that time of the night, Charles?
How many of these fucking Foxtech guys are gonna show up here?
I want to stop drinking.
Yeah, what's up with these guys?
I'm gonna go
What?
stop.
Oh.
No, fuck that. All of that, no.
And now the drink.
Yeah, what's up with them?
We had a meeting about it.
Let's go back inside.
Oh, busy
Why are they
today.
coming in with a quarrel? Yeah, it seems so. Might want to step off to the side, friend.
That is the point.
By the way, hope you've been doing well.
Yes, hello. You're quite lovely. How about yourself?
We'll see after a few minutes. I might be doing a little bit better in the day.
Noted.
Wonderful. Do you want that? You want that in physical credits, or can I wire it to an account? Takes off the little device. Normal thing. Finish this up real
I do suppose this is fine for now. There we are.
Hey. Go get your shoes on.
Well, have a good day. Don't.
Good.
You know what?
Hmm.
You will respect us.
No time to see about business.
Handle apparently, so that will have to be on hold, but your money is wired to your account.
What, the 1517? Yes.
What's going on?
Well, keep an interest on that. Unfortunately, at the moment.
There's a familiar voice. Oh, pardon me. Oh. Hello, Oliver, darling.
Freaking course. Why not?
She's weird.
In my clinic.
Oh.
Says the one who's
Now there is a very familiar hat.
Name begins with an O. Piece of shit.
Ah.
Thing for avoiding the name, but okay,
What
fine.
I'm saying,
hello there.
Hello, dear.
it's rather interesting that often the people that have their
I mean, I
plates
didn't know what he was
full,
talking about until you
in
said
fact,
it.
an entire basket full of issues.
The Fox?
Suddenly, like now, you have someone that's
That guy?
rather
They're bringing in
perhaps prone to making mistakes forward, you know? They do whatever they have to do. They do a little bit
I
of a
saw two
mistake
of them
and misstep.
at the door,
And then
or at the
suddenly the one
entrance, like
holding the
this,
basket is just the first one to
and
judge.
this, and
Like, how could
they
you
just
do
walked
this?
Oh,
Oh
okay.
no.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just one of those things where
I'm right here,
how could
Pete.
you
I'm
even
going to
behave
look.
this way?
I was giving a visual
Speaking of mistakes, how are you doing, Ludwig? after the Kagasuchi challenge.
I'm fine. Mouth is
Good,
recovering.
good.
I think I can taste things again. Properly, at least.
Goodness, that is not supposed to be the case. It is supposed to make sure you can taste things. That's what I made it for. Well, that is worrisome if it is doing that. Have to be careful the next time around. I did thought I saw a familiar hat. Good to see you again, Miss Anastasia.
Go ahead and toss your money over to him. There you go.
You're going to tell me that the first thing you would recognize out of everything on me is my hat?
At the computer.
I guess.
Well,
my
you did
fashion
change your
is-
hair, darling.
I'll give you that much.
It is quite dark around here for clothing and whatnot.
So these Fox dudes, I'm not super in the loop.
I can make that better, actually. You know, just for the sake of fitting in with the grime and dust. It's just
Oh.
a matter of perspective, I suppose.
Wonderful. Oh, I wish I could do that.
Military
Have someday.
getting a little bit more well cooked.
Oh, do pardon me. I will let you get back to your conversation for now, but...
Private
You seem to be in rather high spirits today.
Well, I am a spirit, so I try to make myself as high as possible at any given point. But yes, things have been quite lucrative for a bit, as Ludwig here could attest to. I've been doing a challenge for one of my new types of kizami that has gone over quite well.
This is a rather sturdy building.
Challenge.
No?
Do you want to perhaps explain context?
Of course, of course.
Boss.
Well, I create various types of kizami, shredded tobacco, of various enchantments. Oh, and he is barking now.
Remy's looking for you, by the way. I think
walking,
they want you to
man.
do
My
some
job's
stuff in the,
over
in
there.
the gym. Remy, you know, person that runs the gym.
But one of the types I've created most recently I call Kagasuchi, the kami of fire. It is created specifically for someone who has lost most of their sense of taste and wished to potentially be able to taste something. So I created something a bit intense, so to speak. Therefore, I've created a challenge for the masses that if they can get through a single bowl of it, it is free. Otherwise, it is 200 credits as per normal. People have been quite interested in testing their constitution.
Genuinely is better to let your body naturally feel that disgust and that kind of like pain that you're
Is that so?
that kind of stuff.
Indeed.
Brain, and the more you
For the sake of retaining my honor and my general good looks, I think I'll avoid that challenge. I think that would look rather distasteful.
Distasteful, most unfortunate. It is full of taste, that is why I made it.
That's a bit of the issue. Sadly, over time, one of the few senses that I regained and accentuated was the one of my taste. Which, sounds like it would be a bit of a problem.
Oh? Would it? Oh, you're not a fan of the spicy.
Tends to give my porcelain a bit of a problem.
Ah, I see. Well, most unfortunate. I do have others if you're ever interested, of course. Ones that are not so, intense.
towards the corpo area or the garage.
So no particular challenge for that one.
Get the fuck out, but I can't tell.
In good faith, I will admit that I do think I will have to avoid direct contact with your general being. A bit of an unfortunate course of events.
Oh,
Bit of a
really?
story, actually.
Goodness. Well, I do love stories, but what can I say? Sukumogami are gossips. Oh,
I mean, it's a good
Yeah.
story, if nothing else. Or rather, perhaps a bit of a slightly uncommon one. I'm starting to
Do
think
go
that
on.
car simply loves passing by. I think it's a bit of a show-off.
It's not the same.
a bit, yes.
Same person.
The smoke does not look quite as appealing as mine. Oh, I have no sense of smell, so.
I suppose it fits the theme.
Doing a big sale in
A widowy color, grey, loud, and rather distasteful.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Oh,
But yes,
Oh,
for the
dear.
sake of general explanations, I suppose. I don't mind explaining. It's rather simple. I've been trying to be a bit more,
You know we need more.
forthright about this sort of stuff. Apparently, it's better being honest. Otherwise, I get assaulted by children.
yes, hopefully that has not happened again.
They always like to fly close to be like, yeah,
No.
Kise?
Hmm.
Give me a fair moment. I want to introduce you to somebody.
I feel like if there are blimps, it's all
Do pardon me a moment, darling. Busy.
technically.
Yes, hello.
These people introduce you to Flurry. They're very small. Yes.
Flurry.
They have a cool little trick.
Oh, I see. Hmm. Well, my name is Kisegawa. You may call me Kise. It's a pleasure, dear. I do very much love your tail. It seems quite fluffy. I was just on a bed about bear pelts. It was quite lovely the other night.
Sorry, excuse me.
Not as fluffy as that, though.
Where?
Yes, not a worry at all. Taken care of by...
Buck.
more the strong folk.
Wolf.
An absolute display of apparent fucking academic military, whatever you want to call it, is this. What's this supposed to represent? Am I supposed to be
I'm gathering a crowd now. Hello.
You know, that's called an unfortunate death.
Apparently that's a rock.
A rock?
That's in fact rock.
Yeah.
I see. Well, hello, Rock. I'm partly gold. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, that's good.
Oh. How pretty. Look at two.
All the tiny people can do that. All at once.
Oh.
I'm not that tiny.
You're not as tiny as that one.
No, apparently not. Hello.
No.
It is the meeting, apparently.
Fun-sized.
Hands falling out beside your face.
Margaret, there's a council here. I'm sure.
I am always fun size. That's how it works. I'm made for fun.
Could be.
Oh.
A way to say it, I suppose. Although be careful with that terminology. You might make someone of mine mad.
Bunny, why are you over in the corner? Don't be shy, dear. Yes, I believe there was a story involved.
Artificial, reproductive organs.
No, there's not too much to say, really.
Hmm.
It's a bit of an unfortunate course of circumstance which has, unfortunately derailed my whole life.
Really?
Go figure.
Oh, dear.
Well, yes. As it turns out with most people, you know, I'm not exactly from here. I know here people tend to attract curses and the likes, like it's nobody's business. They collect
Oh,
them
yes,
like
I've
it's
noticed.
an actual pastime. Well, for some people actually dislike those things, you know. Some people are afflicted by them, and they procure a bit of an unpleasant general feel over certain people.
Oh, yes, I've met one of those most recently.
There's really not much that we can do for people. We handle.
As it turns out, this one wasn't always so tall and pink, and despite the look, I do like the pastel, I'll be honest. It's grown on me over the years. Someone wasn't always so spider-like. Well, that comes with a bunch of little interesting quirks.
Really?
Hello,
Surprise.
Peep is done. Peep is done.
Well, as it turns out, despite giving me the hands that are probably the most improbable to find gloves ever,
Just wants to fight, so what is that?
well,
Give you a light.
I don't. Poor Peep. Hey, friend. Fucking shine it on his ass. Go do it.
Excuse me.
Give him a little. Let's go shine on his ass. Oh, there he comes.
there's a certain book that I read a long time ago that explained apparently something, that it's a bit of a recurring folklore tale. The Nightmare Teller, so it's called. Almost like a merchant of curses and whatnot. Gives it to people who are unfortunate enough to cross its path. It's more of a mythical type thing. I don't think anybody actually needs them.
I've been taking a lot of medication, and I think
Well,
it
in
might
my
be having a little bit
case,
of an
I was
adverse
given a bit of
reaction to my mental
a
stability.
gift, I suppose.
I have a lot of mood swings, apparently.
Anything and anybody that I touch
But hey, I'm
tends
not
to get a bit
crazy,
of a
I think.
Progress.
fright, if you want to call it that.
Oh, one of those types. Huh? There are several yokai I've met that do such things. Different ways, of course, but not so out of the ordinary.
No, I never claimed to be the only one with something similar.
Pardon me, I'm gonna do a quick
But I could do without it.
Alright, dear.
It gets a bit tiring after a few decades, too. Always have to watch what you're touching. Always have to watch the handshakes you make. Which, granted, in this realm, it's a bit more than that. There's a few other reasons you wouldn't want to do that.
Oh, yes, of course.
So, as an entertainer, someone who tries to please, it's a rather bothersome situation to be in, to be always wary of your patrons suddenly having a heart attack because they shook your hand for a bit too long. Surely you understand how that can be a bit of a problem.
Oh, yes, of course. As one who comes from entertainers, I could see how that would be most dreadful. I'm sorry, dear.
No, it's been... Don't worry too much about it. Honestly, it's been so many years at this point, I've gotten used to it. It's just a matter of... Well... One day, perhaps if you want to say my long-lost dream, getting rid of it would be rather pleasant.
You think it'd be bad to go inside to check on things?
What was all that? Looked like a normal desire. I wouldn't call it.
Is that a possibility at this point? Oh, there went Bunny.
If I'm fairly honest with you, I don't think so. I think I'm way past. I think my body is morphed and twisted and crunched in every direction a bit too many times.
Well, at this point, I would say there is not so, well, there are ways of dealing with such things if you truly wished, though I would assume it would take some time and quite a bit of effort.
I imagine that would be a major issue, right?
But you seem like one of those types who has almost all the time in the world.
Quick moment. I can't tell.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean? It's not like I'm some sort of freeloader.
Oh, no, no, darling. I meant you seem a bit long-lived.
Mr. Opticos would like to
I would assume that would be a part of...
of some of the businesses.
I suppose you could say
Yes.
that.
Out of the way.
I'm from a bit of another era, if you want to call it that.
Oh, just the ones attached to them.
It does take one to know one. I could say the same about myself.
Because no one is very subtle about
It
it.
really does make me wonder what happened to the general fashion of people, you know?
This mega building, I think that should be fine.
It's like it evolved over the years. It's...
Oh, you have no idea. I had to save one of my guildmates from a terrible, terrible fashion disaster. I still fear for their safety. Or at least everyone else's sanity. Indeed, it was terrible.
It can't have been that bad.
Oh, it was horrific. I thought perhaps I would lose my vision, and I do not even have eyes, truly.
That's just some of the pain.
Some people are just not fashionable.
Oh yeah, no, that's just some of the wallpaper.
No, apparently not, and that is why I tried to save them as soon as possible. Hopefully they will understand.
I do beg your pardon, but I would disagree. If you do not have a proper sense of fashion, you hire someone to give you one. Everybody can be
Precisely.
absolutely dashing given the right circumstances.
Truly.
Boy, that's not fair. Not everybody can have as good fashion as me, for example.
I see.
You know what they say, there's something to be said about confidence. I think that's another skill that goes into it.
Of course. Not everyone should have it, but well enough, well enough.
This does beg the question, actually. And I suppose it's a bit of a personal thing at this point. You said you are a spirit, yes?
Indeed, yokai.
Holy shit! Oh, hold on. Wait.
Alright, I swear, if they're gonna be Kisegawa, that's on me, sure. But it's
I believe as far as I'm aware. Well,
sup.
no, I can't exactly say I have, actually. I guess it's a bit...
By the way,
With so many questions, I wonder if my curse affects spirits. I would assume not. I assume spirits have a deal with one another.
Well, you might
Surely it's kind of like being neighbors.
your street, so, but
I would think so, at least.
so that way you walk in and out.
Well, some yokai do not get along with other yokai. They can be frightening, that sort of thing. But then again, the more malicious tend to be...
But that's not my
No.
point.
I cannot say that I am one or the other.
I'm not gonna say
I am a pipe, after all. So technically, I am part spirit, part object. I do not actually have skin.
Well, I think maybe it might probably be fine then one day. Then again,
I almost said Trickster for kids after that.
I suppose it would be rather impolite for me to simply ask you to be my test subject. I guess you can't simply ask somebody that you've met twice to be your guinea pig. I think that would be a bit insulting for your average fellow.
Of course, it took me at least a month to get Wolfram to be my guinea pig for my Kizami, so... Though the idea does a bit intrigue me, considering I also do not technically sleep. If this involves messing with rest or heart attack, well, I do not have a heart, so...
I suppose I can ask you a simple question then. It's from my own studies, which, as with most scientific studies, they are rather imperfect, but on the way to finding an answer. Do you feel? Do you think your emotions are genuine? Do you believe in them?
Oh, you mean emotionally? Oh, absolutely, darling. I have quite the amount of emotion. It is the other sort of sensations that are... well, I know I do not have them. Not yet, at least. That is something I'm working on.
Well, then I think it's rather easy to answer if I ask you this next one. Do you feel things like fear, love, contempt, envy, that sort of thing?
Oh, absolutely. Several over the course of a single moment sometimes.
To be fair, in this environment, I don't blame you. I get all of them all the time. If my color would fit in my mood, I would be a rainbow ball of pure joy.
I could see that. But yes.
Actually, we're all set up and manufactured over in the garage.
Then with those answers, I will simply say, for your sake,
And legs were done by me and my girlfriend Winry.
I will avoid any interaction with you. Out of sheer respect. From someone with prejudice to another, perhaps. Though I do think that people think, or rather find you rather lovely. I've heard the comments about that one pipe lady being so nice and whatnot.
Really?
There's not that many of those around, so...
Well, it is good to know that my reputation precedes me so lovely.
I also lost the right color. I lost the corresponding
Well, being called a pipe lady, certainly being, well, Faith being called that one tall witch woman. You know, it's a bit distasteful, actually.
Yes, that is... most rude.
For that, that's gonna be a
Goodness, people here.
Shouldn't be much that we barely used any supply really.
You know, the actual insult about this is that I didn't even have time to do any witchcraft. It's not like I summoned the dead in the middle of the street or anything.
No, apparently not. Apparently having an impeccable fashion sense is enough to be a witch around here. Maybe it is the feathers.
And considering what the gym fight, you know.
Oh, it's absolutely what people want it to be. All people need is an excuse. They'll find all the loops and twists to actually confirm their own bias onto something.
I thought the liquor that I
I have many eyes and I look a bit unearthly. And they just... whatever works, I suppose.
To be fair, that is normally why I change myself a little bit as well. This can be a bit more monstrous to some.
Yeah, I don't think giving yourself a little bit of a nice sheen is enough to cause issues. If anything, it makes your general colors pop a bit more. Very regal.
Well, of course, I am gold after all. It's just more natural.
Oh, hey! Dude, remember I told you about
But also, I've heard that people can be a bit...
Yeah.
Oh, hello again, Snake. Hello.
Yeah. Hey, it's nice seeing you.
Likewise, dear. How are you?
I am doing quite well. I got
That is quite the
pre-ordered
sword.
an anime figurine. I'm very excited to get in soon. And I'm
Really?
gonna get in soon later.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Oh, ice cream someday. Someday I'll be able to have ice cream.
Oh, I see.
Can you not eat?
No, I am a pipe. Where would it go?
You have a mouth? I don't know if you have a stomach.
No. This is simply spirit illusion.
You figured it out? Good, go right ahead.
I was gonna say, lucky for you, that size, you only need a single scoop.
That is true. What about if someone leaves you an offering of ice cream? Can you like absorb its ice creamy essence?
Oh, sorry.
You know, I have not figured that out because no one ever gives me offerings like that. I'm not that type of kami.
I think they. What?
It's your fault.
Hang on, I think I saw.
The offerings are when people use me.
Oh, yeah, there's
Can I
a
have like
vending
5 credits for a candy bar?
Oh, you're right, dear.
Thank you.
I'll be heading out for
Whoa, you're very fluffy. Hello.
Understood.
Hello. If there's anything, please don't hesitate to hail.
Oh, hello, Daisy. How are you?
Reach out to you ASAP, boss man.
Can I have 5 more?
Oh, hello, Roland.
Thank you.
Hold on, I got this.
One of my guildmates and a newcomer, actually.
Nice code.
How are you both tonight?
Right.
I'm doing pretty okay.
How do
Alright.
I'm
Just got
good.
back on planet off
How
of,
do I make an offering?
little
Shit, I've never
like
actually had to do this
Java
before. I've only seen it in anime.
Well, to be fair, generally my type do not get offerings in that sense. At least not like normal kami.
I think you deserve it.
My particular brand of offering tends to be people smoking from me.
Do I have to smoke a candy bar?
Oh, no, please do not do that. Given what I've learned about sugar and fire. I do not wish to get that
We could find out if
black gunk in me.
Hang on, let's just try this. Oh, great spirit, take this offering of a Hershey's chocolate bar. Maybe that'll work.
Sorry.
No. Oh, that is big.
Oh, that is heavy, sorry.
Yes, sorry. I do not know if that will work. Though I do appreciate it.
No.
You could keep going with that if you ever
I'll
like.
Google it and find out. I'll Google
Perfect.
it and find out.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Love your boots.
I'll split it in half. Candy?
I could do with quite a bit more of that. That was nice.
No.
I say you definitely deserve it.
Oh, thank you, darling.
I suppose there is something to be said about simply thriving off of your average praise.
Frogs right now.
Well, it is quite lovely. I will take what I can get. I do not know if it strengthens me at all, the same as a kami, but I'll be very much appreciated to find out.
I keep being tortured. I'm on too much
Yeah,
drugs.
yeah, I just got back on planet from doing a little off-planet job for one of the potential members.
Oh, I see. Hopefully it went well, dear.
Yep.
That's Pete.
Good. Oh,
I think it went well. You know
Sorry, I didn't quite catch
that slime goddess individual?
I just noticed your eyes.
oh yes, Suraimu. Wonderful.
Yeah, she.
Oh, very nice of you.
Yeah,
Then.
apparently some humans visited
It's
her
nice
planet,
not to get the
but
prejudice.
one of them
The
left
whole
their ship
side of
behind.
thing.
She wanted somebody who was well versed in tech to try and see if they could figure out where it came from. So I offered my services and went up to the planet to see what I could do. I was able to get a good chunk of data, but I just need some time to decode it.
Oh, well, good luck with that, dear. It seems a bit tedious.
You alright, Pete?
I mean, I would be one to say that
It
I think
helped
the
a bit.
hue of
Now
your
I feel like I
general
want to
wings,
kill
you know,
someone less.
that nice little
Because I
purple to
almost
blue
did,
thing
and
you
let
have
out a
going
bit
on
of
is rather,
aggression.
rather endearing, actually.
You might
What'd you
want to
say?
talk to
I
Callie
think it looks
later
quite
about
good.
Yeah, for now I figured I'd swing down here, see how things were
let them
going.
know.
Did I miss something? There seem to be several conversations going
They
on.
were just very upset, so I was like, whatever.
If you
Well,
tell
you got a
them
good head on
who,
your shoulders.
they're gonna have less ability to control themselves than me, and then just like ice them for no reason.
I don't think they'd be that stupid.
God.
It's Kelly.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, but yes, in case you haven't probably met Roland, this is Miss Anastasia. Miss Anastasia, my guildmate Roland.
A pleasure, madam. Yes, I believe we met briefly in Orlando Saka when you were trying to dislodge the annoying child.
Yes.
Ah, yes, one of my most fond memories of that environment. Nothing like throwing a child to make me feel better about my evening. But yes, I do remember you quite well, actually. Soaring through the air of your old 2 feet tall glory. I thought it was rather adorable, actually.
You get it. Just you.
Yeah, but
the only
yes.
one.
He thinks you're adorable.
Yeah,
Well, hello there.
well, don't sell yourself short. You are quite adorable too.
It is kind of nice.
Cute.
Yes. It is coming from the male perspective, though, so I don't know.
You know, I was a bit of an entertainer myself. This is probably the least threatening clown I've ever seen. Where are your knives? You know?
Oh.
Nice.
Like tied to my abdomen right now.
Yeah.
Don't you know? It's one of the most known folklore
See how
tales.
he's doing, and then probably go get some
Really?
rest.
Clowns are entertainers by day and murderers by night. I don't make the rules. That's how it goes.
Oh, I see. I've not really met a clown. They were not a thing at all in Edo.
Excuse me?
The geisha were other types of entertainers. Though I suppose it reminds me a bit of the no masks.
That's a bee, I would imagine too.
I think she was just pushing
I guess speak of the devil.
Could you show Charles you can reverse the... Yeah? Could you get Charles
Oh, yes. What sort of entertainment do you do? You did mention a bit, but I do not quite remember.
I'm from the lost era of puppeteers, marionettisme, that sort of thing. You know,
Ah, yes.
I know my way around strings, let's say that.
Lovely.
Very, very much.
I've not seen proper puppets for
And
quite
yes, that
some
was
time.
absolutely a spider pun.
Thank you very much.
You were saying, dear?
I was asking if her work had her tied up very often.
Yeah, tie a balloon to him. He's just resting. Yeah, tie a balloon to him.
Cheeky.
I mean, there was one that thought that invading my estate was a good idea a while back.
So if I can actually hold this balloon.
It was rather
Thank you.
entertaining, actually. You tend to be a bit creative when you can make what.
Looking at the
Now I just have to not let go for God knows how long.
I believe in you, buddy.
And no, as opposed to the general folklore that comes with it, I did not eat him.
Thank Christ.
I delivered him to the authorities as it was supposed to be done.
Oh, you're one of those superheroes that I have heard about. Well, from us reading that Batman.
Superheroes?
Have
I
you
beg
read
to
Batman?
differ.
Is there a
Yeah,
spider
fine.
person?
It's very good.
Oh. Well, good to know.
Hello.
Hey, Tashi.
Good to meet you again, Peep. I'm glad that you're dead on the floor behind me. Perhaps you should find a
Yeah,
cushion or a bed.
Are you sure?
I'm sort of immobile at the moment, but that's fine by me.
I'm okay.
Each their own.
What do you mean, what happened?
But yes, to finish what I was on about, I am a rather,
Oh, did you not
if
witness
I'm
my,
able
my
to actually
fight
be,
where I let off a bit of
not so humble for a moment, I'm a bit of a master when it comes to making puppets and realistic replacements for
Because
people.
I'm angry, and there's someone I want to
Oh.
beat the living hell out of, and if I beat the living hell out of them, I would probably get, I'm not letting you know who that is. I don't think you have enough inhibition to stop yourself from going ham on them.
What does it take to create one of those things? I've been quite curious. I had seen puppets before, and well, I suppose dolls would be more the sense.
Define already kind
In the
of
brothels
know.
before, but not quite their
I talked to someone
makeup.
conversation.
It's good to hear about other artisans, given that I am artisan craftsmanship.
It's not really that difficult.
I'm not giving you info
At least not
unless
on the
I know
basic
that's a
level.
bluff or not.
If you're doing the basic one, the woodworking part, that's actually rather easy, even. You'll fail a few times, but eventually you catch what you need to do and whatnot.
The sticks or rods.
That they're just doing
and
their job.
I can turn here, and they keep my muscles.
So these generally wood or different types of materials.
Sorry, say something. I don't think I quite caught most of that.
I gotcha. And what are you wanting exactly?
So they're just doing their job.
Just to.
Perhaps,
Not
given the
them.
nature of the topic, we should
Not
probably move
not the fellows
a
in the
tiny
white
bit.
suits.
Yes, of course.
I guess loose.
That was the way
So,
tall.
When did
Helmet.
so you don't know. So it's a bluff.
So, I suppose if you're a bit more of an artisan, you know, somebody who's really skilled with their hands and whatnot. It's all about the
Several.
limbs.
I'm pretty sure around here's real.
You'd be surprised that most puppets in the industry all share similar limbs and design, because that's not what's seen for the most part.
Anyone know me?
What's important
This
is
is
the
called the
head,
meat rack. You have to go into the
head and the
Discord
body.
server and get the
That's where
roles
most of the
and
actual
read the
challenge
rules
comes
and
from.
come in VR.
But the hands and the feet, they're usually just your average little tubes, with a double action wooden joint. Something that can spin and twist without completely shattering. Well, the thing that makes it interesting, the thing that's rather interesting about that, is that the more skilled you are, the more rather, well, uncanny your creations tend to get. So it's almost like you don't want to become too talented, otherwise that can cause issues. And if you're really problematic, don't try to make puppets of people that actually exist. Apparently it's bound to attract curses and bad luck.
Oh.
That's all superstition, though.
Oh, I do believe I've heard something like this. The voodoo or something. Make something a bit too much like someone else, and then you can control them. Ooh.
Oh, sure. I suppose if you delve into the witchcraft side of thing, I'm sure you could get quite creative.
I'm sure some people definitely would.
Anyhow, so yes, for the most part, puppets are actually a lot easier to make than people make them out to be. Well, then again, it's not like most people actually give a try to actually making one. It's more about judging them, to be fair. They just see them, the ventriloquist dummies and all that, and they just get scared and they feel uneasy because it feels like they're watching them. Nothing like being scared of an inanimate object to prove the fact that you're a complete full-fledged adult. Makes me laugh every time, to be fair.
Yeah.
Though then again, I can understand, given there are several of my kind that like to scare people. by appearing to be an inanimate object and not being.
I was about to say, you can be pretty
Get some
scary
good-
when you want to be.
Well, I am not generally well, I suppose I could be the malevolent type, but that is only when people piss me off.
I mean, that one's not that difficult to explain. When people that have their confidence on their shirt, and it's just basically as paper thin as it gets. When they face somebody that actually has some sort of stature to them, doesn't matter if they're 1 feet tall, they just get and cower in their corner. You know, people like to bark and scream really loudly about their accomplishments, but when they find someone that's willing to confront them about that, suddenly it's a problem. Suddenly they don't want to do anything with it, and they don't want any problem. Please stop. You know how it goes.
I knew I liked you for a reason.
Oh, poor baby.
So many people like that, yes. Definitely the large gentleman in Oros, goodness. Trying to go up to someone saying that in Night City I can simply walk up to someone and rip a scale off them. I doubt that is the case, and if so, that place should be destroyed immediately.
I mean, if that's the case, I'm gonna go over, take his whole body, and turn him into a nice little puppet, and hang it in my, in my trophy room then. Is that how it goes?
I would honestly like to see that.
Took a part of his body.
He did say he would never do it again, but I do not entirely believe him, especially when he goes back home.
Oh, absolutely not. You know how it goes. You know, these people. It's a bit like those people who get caught in the act and held at gunpoint. You know, they're like, please, don't shoot and whatnot. I'll never do it again, please. I have children and whatever. And then suddenly, it's like, when they're out of it, they'll be the first one to pull out their knife to make sure you never actually face them again.
Yes, and that is why I almost wish I could curse him. I should have done it. I considered it for a moment. But then I did not want to get kicked out of the Ruby District. I have not seen a proper yukaku in so long. But yes,
You know what you should have
such
done? I assume you have some degree of control over, you know, fiery elements of sorts. You should have given him a nice little cigarette burn on the nape of his neck forever. A nice little memento of your passing.
Well, definitely not one of those cigarette burns, cheap peasants. Though, I actually do not have, well, I'm more transmutation. I've learned to properly create a bit of a spark for prestidigitation, but mostly I simply have been trying to create things. Though that would have been a good
curse. That my dream of actually drawing you or painting you doing a bit of a flaming dragon is only gonna have to go with my imagination.
Oh, goodness! No, actually. Given that the Kagasuchi, what I was talking about earlier for the challenge, I found that it is, well, the enchantments that I put into it to make it safe have also had a bit of a fun side effect. In that, whenever someone exhales, there is a bit of wisp of fire instead of smoke. So they are the ones that turn into the dragon.
It makes it look like a bit like a dragon.
I am the mother of dragons. It was quite fun.
I can't help but have the general imagery of you praising or promoting something like that from your rather small size. I think that would be rather adorable and kind of traumatizing, depending on who actually sees it.
I wish I could have. I wish I would have. Well, I should have done that with that cur earlier. Yes, large, bulky man in big armor with fake oni horns just comes up. That lovely girl that was praising me earlier wanted to give me that candy. Goes straight up to her, no words, reaches out as if he's about to pull off a scale from her poor skin. No word. As soon as we call him, he steps back and saying, then he asks if he could rip off a scale from her. As if that is any better. And goes on about, no, well, in my city, this is perfectly normal for people to just do this sort of thing. He was thrown down so fast.
People of these environments sincerely never stop to amaze me. Sincerely, it's honestly rather phenomenal, the level of gall they actually just seem to promote.
Indeed, and I'm never going to this night city ever. Seems like a terrible place. And that is coming from sitting here in this drab and dirty. Luckily, I know prestidigitation. I will have to clean myself after sitting on this bench.
I'm lucky enough that my cell tends to be a bit dirt-proof. Go figure.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm somewhat envious, dear. I'd be worried about going into. They wish to go into the sewers in Orlando Saga. Gods no.
Oh no.
Oh well, I mean, I didn't claim that my skin was the same. Sadly, it's only my clothing.
I would love to figure that. Perhaps I can get my case enchanted. That may help. I suppose I could get my case enchanted.
Well, I don't mean to promote my own work, but if you ever need, I suppose, a new case or something. I don't mean to say it like that, but I know my way around fabric and wood. A bit better than most, to be fair.
Oh. Well, that would be quite lovely. I've been with the case that I have for so long. Though it is a bit of an attunement issue, but if you do enchantments on something that already exists, that would also be lovely. We're a bit of a pair at the moment.
Well, I mean, as long as you don't mind a bit of a... Would you say... a bit of a more recent burlesque look? I wouldn't mind, you know, in terms of just general logos and whatnot. I don't think I could properly capture the essence of that time and place you were from. I wouldn't try and dare to replicate that, given that, you know, I haven't really experienced it myself and whatnot. Just out of sheer respect.
Well, I do appreciate that. I'm certainly willing to try new things. Obviously, as long as my actual self is not touched, the case is perfectly fine. I was actually thinking about trying to find ways to transmute it myself, on occasion. Though it is nice to feel a bit more like me again. The recent restoration.
I don't suppose you have it on you, said case.
Oh, it is right here! Clothing. It simply changes back when,
I suppose I didn't think about that. That might be a slightly bit more complex, perhaps.
Yes. Like I said, I attune to it to an extent, so it just becomes a part of me when I change.
Either my eyes, and I have many of them, are playing a trick on me, or you're completely invisible.
Oh.
Yeah.
Perhaps blinking. Right next on the bench.
I have too many eyes to blink all at the same time. It's a bit of a delicate thing. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
The flux here is terrible sometimes.
It really is.
You know, it is rather charming to see a pipe speak. Not sure how it goes, but it's rather comical. No offense to you, of course.
Oh, I've gotten used to that point. Well, that part at least. After a while. But people say that I do make a good conversationalist when they're smoking, so...
I'd say you definitely
It does
do.
make me rather wonder the amount of stories you must have heard simply laying there in your object form.
Oh, darling, that is partly the point. We Skumogami are quite good at gathering gossip when people do not know that they are being eavesdropped on. We usually would, well, for the longest time we were not allowed to speak to humans or show ourselves. So we would have to wait until they all were asleep or something like that, and then go find each other and pass along stories. I have not seen another for quite some time, though.
Oh my. That sounds rather. I think I'll avoid my general train of thought and just, you do have a good time. And, I think you must have heard some rather distasteful things then, if people aren't aware of your general form.
Oh, absolutely. Servants and things like that, especially around brothels, do love to talk. But it can make for some spicy conversations.
Other things, I suppose.
Indeed.
By the by, do you take part in the actual, can I even call them festivities around here? The events that happen here every so often where people like to kick themselves in the face up there, you know. They like to rumble a bit.
Oh, yes, I've seen at least one or two. Though I would obviously not partake unless they needed a bit of comfort afterwards. Some of my kizami is medicinal, after all. Good for pain management.
It was a bit of an invitation, in the sense that I do think it would make for some good entertainment, as opposed to staring to this lovely shade of yellow, grimed wall.
Oh, yes.
Plus, I do wonder where most of your, I guess, associates. It seems like you're always surrounded by the same folks. I would. Oh.
Oh!
Sourdough!
Well, that happened. Then again, I've been to Orlando Soccer enough. Apparently, this place also has witching hours.
Well, I don't mean to insult your kind and whatnot, but could those be considered a similar, perhaps, concept?
Oh, goodness, no. I believe that is simply sort of a sentient food stuff. That seems a bit different. I doubt that they are over 100 years old.
I would hope not.
Not good.
They seem rather unhappy about their state. I'm surprised they have a face, if I'm honest. Oh yes, and by the by, I've been considering buying this plot here. Maybe build a bit of a shop. I think this place could need it.
Really? Interesting. Down here, of all places. You could do so much better, dear.
You see, there's something to be said about establishing yourself in wealthy areas, but when it comes to the occult and alchemy, herbalism and all that, the grim dark, the better.
I do suppose, though, I would less call this grimdark and more simply grimedark.
Works well enough.
That's fitting. Hi there.
Hello.
Just passing by.
Alright. Do have a good evening.
I glow?
Oh, you too? I wish. Let's go.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to
Be in confusion.
That's not how I fight.
Also,
Are you giving yourself a pep talk, dear?
Will always be my place of environment, but it's more of a small shop down here wouldn't be so bad. I'm sure most people would like to have, you know, a few health potions here and there, a few things of confidence every now and again. You know what I mean.
I do suppose so.
Excuse me. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just gonna squeeze in through here. Thanks.
Go on, dear.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Busy as usual up here.
Yeah, but what if you slam into like one of us? Be scared.
You mean
I do
besides
suppose
the
so.
usual smell of cement, grime, and sweat? I suppose you're correct.
Though again, darling, I would not know, given that I cannot smell.
Bark?
Oh, hello.
Generally, I would say that. Excuse me, can I help you?
Bark. Is that peep sign?
Well, you kind of walked into me with your behind house little click in the back.
Oh, yeah.
I suppose that one's on me then.
Huh.
Pardon.
It's alright.
How the world turns. I guess universe. I guess universe is actually that's more of a better statement.
I'm sure there's worse things to wake up to in the morning.
Tap, tap.
Oh.
Somebody got their sword
Yes,
stolen
dear.
and then they got mad.
Oh.
Hauser. Okay.
For me,
Nice.
I do not know whether I could carry it properly. I might.
Real steel.
Mary Poppins.
But thank you.
Real steel.
I do appreciate it.
I wish I knew some real steel music.
The big strong robot one. I forget the name for the Zeus and whatever.
Oh yeah, Zeus and I don't know the other ones.
One of them is meant to be against certain types of magic users. I don't know which one.
Actually, let me assist you here.
Imperialism bot, like it's a corpo, and one looks like a butte. Yeah.
Are they still going?
Usually corpos do.
Take a little handkerchief.
Oh.
There you go. Now you don't have to deal with a coolant fluid and all that.
Perfect, perfect. What?
He's not a person, he's a system.
I don't think he's the entirety.
Much better to see.
I personally think he is in my heart.
Oh.
Thank you, thank you.
I certainly do hope there's not one of those,
Man, I wish I understood.
whatchamacallit, stray bullets, projectiles that simply comes to knock one of us in the face. I think that would be rather unpleasant.
Oh, that would be more than unpleasant. I would certainly hope not.
Great fight, great fight.
I don't think I like the shooting side.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy. I understand.
Good. Hopefully that is
I'm part whatever this
kept
is.
to.
I would be inclined to believe you if this was my first time here, but I have sincerely seen people shoot one another in this gym, so...
Oh. Really?
Where did the purple guy go?
Oh, absolutely. I've seen all sorts of things, from axes to swords to shotguns to standard pistols to whatever you want to think. This
How
gym for
barbaric.
sparring has been a rather interesting show of skills.
That does not seem like a spa. It seems like a death match. Which I would be fine with if there wasn't, you know, the barbaric, uncivilized guns.
There's just scraps everywhere.
Far too easily,
For the
especially in
sake
places
of
like this.
entertaining the idea, I can already tell you that by the time we're done watching, someone will have probably shot at one another. It's just a hunch.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted me to show them how to be racist, so I showed them how to be racist. Peekaboo, I scared you.
Yeah.
Okay, who's
Charming.
next?
I think that's what we call that.
You truly, truly wish to set up shop here.
Oh, absolutely.
I would be willing to fight literally anybody who challenges me.
Well, I do suppose more power to you, darling.
Who are you fighting?
Trust me, as someone who's done the whole selling of potions and herbs over my years, if you don't establish yourself in the wealthy cities, If you want the actual money, you get where people are a bit more rowdy around the edges.
Wait a minute.
That's just how it goes.
Is a Jedi
A
with a
Jedi?
gun?
I do suppose
Oh
so.
my god, I've heard of those in that hit show.
That's a real
I'm simply used to people getting rowdy in other ways that are far less death.
Yeah.
I suppose death in other ways. However, more fun.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think it's best we head out. This place is probably closing.
You gotta get out
Yes.
more often.
What is that supposed to
Grab
mean?
his dick and
Pardon?
twist it.
5 minutes. This ain't the red light district.
My bad, my bad, my bad.
No, it isn't, but I heard there was supposed to be a brothel here fairly soon.
Alright, you got 5 minutes? Kedaddle,
True,
kedaddle.
true.
You can't fucking kill each other, I swear to God. Alright, cool.
I came here initially because I heard that there was going to be a brothel.
Ready?
Goo out. I don't know.
Don't worry, his bones aren't working. That means you got an advantage.
Both hopping on the bar.
I have spent almost 200 years in a brothel. I know my way around
He's
them.
about to do a somersault.
Fix them. I love somersaults. Whoa!
He's powering up, I think.
Change their hair.
That is what surprises you. I do believe you need to get out
It's
more.
called I think it's called shedding my winter skin and all that.
Are you going to be racist about that?
Punching bag.
I'm only racist to people that ask for it.
This for use. Okay.
Everything is racist in this
Well,
house.
who am I to shame on that one?
No, I'm being serious. I only be racist to people when they ask.
Something the matter?
Nah, everything's all good. All good in this neighborhood.
You should do what is it they call? You should do that that whole sniffing thing again. You know where your nose extends? You should come over and do it again. Please indulge.
Wonderful.
As I was saying, this place is perfect to establish an alchemy shop. People are so friendly.
yes, I suppose they are.
No, that's an interesting glow stick. I do wonder where the dancing is going to come into play.
It's quite loud.
Oh god. You just kick a Jedi?
Oh, no, there we go. There is the... yes.
there you go.
You are correct. There
There
is
you
the
go.
guns.
Looks like I'm winning this bet.
This bet we did not have. I was not entirely surprised.
Is that a flamethrower? Jesus.
That is a flamethrower. That looks like a pepper spray.
I thought it was just he was throwing rocks out of his apartment.
Rock gun.
Literally.
I want a rock.
I've never seen a Jedi before. I have a snowball.
Yeah, well, there's one right now. I know a couple Jedis. You want one?
What does that term mean? Is that a sort of sword fighter of some kind? That fights with dancing glow sticks? Is that how it goes?
Eventually. A rave.
It's called a lightsaber, and that's an ancient blade.
Put it on RGB
Like
mode.
any other type of blade, you know.
I feel like someone's about to lose a limb.
I'm pretty sure best.
Alright, well, since you know so much about them, do indulge.
They're wearing
What's the
best
deal?
It's potentially one of us if people keep firing.
Punch him hard enough.
I don't know. Veskar is like that magical thing that's immune to everything.
That guy is made of.
It's like the hard to obtain from Avatar.
Jedis can use. Well,
Sometimes they screw in their head too hard and they just kind of flex out. I don't know.
Oh,
Well, there's someone I wish to ask the question.
They just moved way.
Oh no, Eli.
They just wanted to ignore
I see how it is.
shit ever existed.
She's made of light.
Someone I did not wish to ask the question.
No L
The
is.
mission
emission comes off of a crystal that
Jesus,
is
you're breathing.
creating the energy.
You alright, sir? You alright?
That's interesting. Kise, did you hear about that? Apparently, these people, those Jedis, as they call them, they're apparently the equivalent of space samurais, apparently.
Really?
There's a lot of
Interesting.
space samurais. There's space ninjas, space samurais.
They're more like space super.
A lot of space stuff.
They have a created coat of honor.
They're also magicians.
Well, at least given how loud that is, I prefer the old-fashioned type. However, it is interesting.
They do magic as well.
For every person in this universe, you know. As long as it's useful.
Well, I have my own samurai, so I don't need a space one.
What is? Oh my God!
I mean, I will take my own magic, as opposed to one that does that low humming sound permanently.
I don't think they can do
Precisely.
I feel a hammer is more useful, to be honest. More complete on fighting.
Maybe just start gunning him down.
No, a couple people use those.
Oh God.
If I had to use a weapon, I would definitely use one of those, what do they call them? Morning stars. You know, the little sticks with a ball with spikes on it. I like that. Old-fashioned spiky things.
That's a useful weapon. You can defense, you can attack.
With my
range
12-gallon tank of propane
the swing is
and
amazing.
propane accessories.
I'm just gonna carry that around on my back.
Yeah, morning stars are a really good weapon.
I mean,
I am a man of
Wars.
I like more like small types or just hammers in general. Short or like long. They actually are much
They had
better.
one guy carry around the fucking.
I had to turn that down. It was way too loud.
Stature, that's not really surprising. You look like you probably know your way against most of the heavier people out there.
It can deflect light taps of
I wish.
lightsabers.
I used to, not anymore.
I get it. Light tap. Light.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
but where do we?
Though you do seem like the type who would be able to take my challenge.
That's so crazy.
Your challenge.
feel like
What is that?
Indeed. I happen to be a purveyor of something known as kizami. It is a high-quality, traditional Japanese smoking tobacco. Very fine, hair thin. I make various enchanted versions of it. I am a pipe.
It comes for us all.
I have made one most recently that I call Kagasuchi, a kami of fire. So I have created a challenge for the masses, for those wishing to test their constitution, so to speak. If they can get through an entire bowl, it is free. Otherwise, it is usually 200 credits.
I see. I mean, I'm somebody who likes to smoke a lot.
I want.
It really depends on the quality. But
Yes, I would see.
I mean,
Luckily, that was not one of those cheap peasants. Oh, I am only the highest quality. I am master craftsmanship from the Edo period.
I mean,
I'm just a
Should
simple
be a
home
criminal.
I never
with a
had some
gauntlet, and I have a minigun
that
in
type
my
of
closet.
ancient cigar, though. I could give it a try.
Don't be a pussy. Do
How much credits you said it was?
200.
I would never, quote unquote, do
If you can finish the challenge.
That's
That is not.
Yeah.
Now, this is far beyond normal cigars, you say. I will give them at least a step up. They are far beyond the cheap peasant cigarettes. However, you've not tried a proper Kiseru.
Of course, but I mean,
No, I think you're
mean-
really shit at telling the truth.
I'm Acer, so I already have all the type of different types of cigars,
Jesus
right?
Christ.
It depends, as I told you, it depends on the type of elements you use to make them.
I do suppose so. Well, if you are interested.
Yes.
Yes, it sounds interesting. Though, what happened when you complete the cigar? It's just like a taste of your product or something? So people
Darling, it
buy
is
more?
not a
Or
cigar.
there's something mystic going behind it.
It is simply the shredded
Why would
tobacco.
you offer somebody
Because it is my, well, yes, number one, it is showing off my product. Number two, I have other variations. But I also like to get my face out there, so to
Number
speak.
3, it's also the fact that it is sort of her whole purpose. She is a living
Indeed.
pipe.
Exactly.
You are a living pipe.
Precisely. I'm what is known as a Tsukumogami. It's a type of yokai.
Oh.
Wow,
Shit.
baseball bat.
And I thought I have seen everything in this world already. That's quite new.
Yes, we are a bit rare. It takes quite a while to create one of us.
Scrappers F off. Oh, that's nice.
Apparently, there's not so much quality nowadays.
Huh. Jesus,
How about
the
Bitcoin,
Mandalorian needs
yes?
to calm down.
Hmm.
It's alright.
Yeah, sounds good. I might give it a try before the place closes.
Perfect.
Not like I lose much. Aside from, I hope my soul is not in danger or something like that. It's just this is not a type of contract.
Goodness, no, I would lose potential future customers.
Last time somebody asked me a name and I give them my name and they say, yeah, I own your name now. So I'm a bit I'm really cautious now.
I am not a fae. Goodness. Yeah, that is your fault for dealing with the fae like that, though.
It's like a whole religion.
Yeah, but you're a
Indeed.
yokai, and you're in a spirit. You're an ancient spirit. So I don't
Yes,
know if I'm
yes.
making a deal here or not, right?
Well, the only deal you're making is
not
agreeing to
lost
take my challenge.
All right.
Let us just say that
sorry,
no
just
matter
need to
what happens, I tend to. I get enough out of the experience, but not in a way that harms.
So
I
tired.
guess so.
Just kidding.
All right, that sounds interesting. Sounds good. I won the fight. I think I got distracted talking.
Yeah.
I believe it was mostly a
who
draw,
won?
for the most part.
I'm just a humble
Yeah.
bartender.
Have you noticed almost all the fights always end on a draw? It's like nobody wants to lose.
I would say that it depends. I've seen plenty of fights with the actual fist fighters that end in an actual result. You know, like that one, the big guy with the two different colored eyes. Amon, I believe that's his name.
Oh yes,
To
Moon.
knock his opponent's flat core.
He beat my ass more than once. He's teaching me how to fight again. I love that guy.
I mean,
Yes, the Moon is
if
one
you've
of my
seen
favorite
that,
customers.
The man's as big as an entire wall.
I admire a lot the way he is. He's really strong and fearsome. He's also a good friend.
Indeed. Take out a little red
Is closing
pouch.
soon or?
Oh, I do not know. I believe in maybe about half an hour, 40 minutes. But if you are interested, this is the Kagasuchi.
Do you need fire?
No, dear, no, especially not lighters. That is, no. Traditional is either a match, but I can use my prestidigitation.
Okay,
No.
so be it.
If you've never used
So
a
be it
proper
then.
Kiseru, I can teach you the traditional techniques. I do enjoy continuing on traditions. Now then, you take this pouch,
Sure, I like to learn.
open it up, pull out just enough kizami to get between your thumb and forefinger.
Apparently, I'm gonna start like a.
The moment you open it, it is extremely spicy.
All right.
Apparently, like an entire.
The actual tobacco looks like it's
I know
like
what's
hair thin.
next.
They were just here about me being
Right, take that out, just enough for thumb and forefinger. You can give me the rest, I'll put it away.
They brought a giant.
If you don't mind, I'll stay over here for a minute.
Of course, dear, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Then, hold out your other hand for a moment. I would rather not fall on this floor.
Fucking apologize. I'm gonna eat my sandwich in peace.
Of course.
You don't have to eat a sandwich in front of a piece of
Yeah.
bread, though.
Well, then they should
All right. So, all you need to do is put the bowl that you made inside the bowl there.
John.
Oh well.
Perfect.
There you go.
Then, you seem to have a lighter. That will not do, so I'll simply use prestidigitation. So, what you will wish to do is make sure to tilt downward so that nothing comes back up at you. And you take very small puffs. Keep it out of the lungs mostly, you wish it in the mouth for the taste. And then exhale as normal.
Wait. Okay.
And that is the proper way to do Kiseru. So, as soon as you do, it is the spiciest shit, like Carolina Reaper. And then every time you exhale, there's going to be a little bit of fire breath, like Mushu level from Mulan.
Oh. That's quite spicy for sure. I think I'm
That is why it is a challenge. I am sorry, darling. You can step away if you need to.
It's quite spicy, but I'm Hispanic. This is like a tiny. Well, I mean, it's quite heavy, but I can hold it.
I'm told what I steeped it in overnight is something called Carolina Reaper. It tends to be one of the spiciest peppers in existence, as far as I know. Though I made it, obviously, I did a bit of not prestidigitation, I did a bit of transmutation magic to make sure that it would not be harmful. I made it for someone who no longer has most of his sense of taste.
Yeah, I can clearly see the taste. Oh, it's kind of like a color in that, like that. But how many people do you say accomplished this challenge? How much people?
About perhaps 4 so far, and about an equal number of failures, maybe a couple more.
Of course, I can clearly see why.
Usually about 8 puffs is the full bowl. I am not that large, as you can see. But that is par the course.
I'll be honest, it's spicy, but it's quite a nice high.
Good, that is the point. I've added a bit of mugwort to it. It's supposed to help with anxiety and some inflammation.
Yeah, it's actually helping me a bit with that.
Wonderful.
I'm someone with a lot of anxiety, I'll be honest. So much things to worry about. It's quite magical.
Well, I'm here to serve.
Yeah, it's just I don't like to talk much about my problems.
No,
Like
one
everyone
does.
does that lately.
You would be surprised.
Will I? I mean...
Well, if they do
there's
talk
so
about it,
much
they
I
talk
don't
about
know,
it behind
so I
closed
guess-
doors.
That's true. Though it's really hard to find someone who actually listens to you and give you an advice. It's hard. Who's on my side? I'll be honest.
Wonderful. Oh, I see. Yes, I've attempted to do so for some of my guildmates, though. They tend to be loners sometimes. Then again, my brand of consultation is a bit specific, as you can see.
Yeah, I can clearly see it.
Well, I would rather get at least something out of it.
So,
doing practice spas with Amon again.
So you have a shop somewhere?
Tomorrow. And
Oh, no particular shop. I'm more of a wanderer, but yes, I do sell my Kisame. I also have different types that are not so intense.
Could I swing by and get a quick patch up?
Fruit flavors.
Yeah, I mean, this one...
Generally, the
This
whiskey.
one's clearly special.
I'm willing to pay.
Whiskey?
Indeed. I generally... You
I'm
also
interested.
said there's an aftertaste of whiskey with that.
Deal on the matter.
It's the best way to get out anything from my row.
Like a flower that's
Soaking in
like a
whiskey,
mushroom
vodka,
This is
things like
clearly-
that.
Bring it back to me. How about that?
This is clearly something you only smoke
Okay.
in certain occasions, right?
Also,
I hope people don't abuse from it.
Maybe not this particular brand, but generally, Kisame would be just a sort of, well,
Of course.
back where I'm from, it was a bit of a luxury item, but one that was flaunted by most. So it would be a sort of nightly activity,
Yeah.
sharing with friends or clients.
Yes, actually. I feel my friends will like give this a try. All of us passing this through and just talking. It
Well,
brings
that
some
would
good
be
memories.
lovely. It's always fun.
This reminds me back in the day. Me and some friends went to this native tribe. We all smoked with the chief. It was quite a nice activity. We were talking about life. They said it was something to clean the soul and to connect with the spirits.
Well, in that case, that is quite literal in this sense.
This is quite literal, yeah. It's a bit different, though it brings some good memories.
Like I said, I do have other
Yeah, I think
varieties
I
that
will
need
not
to
be
not
able
have
to.
time. Oh, we're so close.
I don't know if I will be. I'm almost there. Yeah, I'm just. You know, it's quite spicy. I'm not used to
That
it.
is fine, dear. That is fine.
I'm
If
used
you
to-
need to stop.
No, it's fine. I'll finish this. I'm a man of my word.
Well, that's what makes it a challenge.
There's something to be said about being
If
prideful.
something goes wrong, I'll most likely go with medical. They'll clean my lungs or something.
Most probably. They cannot say I did not give them any business.
If this is still open.
Yes. You've done much better than most. I had someone on the ground in Orlando Soccer the other day. Poor dear.
It's experience. These white hairs are not because I'm young. I have experience.
Yes, I know someone like that. Also similar tattoos, surprisingly.
Oh, really?
Slightly. Remind me a bit.
And who was it?
One of my guildmates, actually.
Guildmates. What guild are you from? It's Mr. Shore or?
Oh, no, I'm not an adventurer, silly. My guild is a bit more educational and artisan, so to speak. We are a bit of crafters. We solve problems. More specific problems, but problems nonetheless.
I'm sorry, all the guilds I've met are like adventurers, you know. That's quite
Yes,
unique.
so I have noticed. Yes, we are modern mythic relations.
That's quite a unique guild, the one you have.
Indeed. We mostly solve problems of the heart, but in ways that potentially need artificery. Or things like myself.
Myself in case things go bad rather than causing damage.
Of course.
I generally lock my arms together to
Say,
block with my forearm.
how much time you been wandering around? Like,
What?
This.
I'm
you've been in Safira for longer?
Oh,
Or
about
is you just like as new
month
as I
or so. The guild is quite new, considering. Though I've not gone to Zafira properly until about a month ago.
Oh, so you've been only a month. I've actually been in Safira for like 4 months, almost 5.
I see.
Quite hard to get used to some things in here. Like,
Yes, it is not exactly my preferred location. Too much electronics. I'm gold, after all.
That's true. You could get robbed.
Yes, that and all the electricity does not suit my kind. It is a bit disruptive to us.
Yeah, that's one of the first things I thought when I moved here. I used to live in the mountains, on a village.
Oh,
In Norway. Good stuff, good place. Sadly, we had to move here because some people was trying to... long story, it's a long story.
Of course, of
Point
course.
is, I have to get used to all of the technology. Though they have some good improvements, I'll be honest. They helped me improve my prosthesis, so, I mean... that's
I was
something.
wondering what that was. Is a bit difficult.
Yeah, it's a prosthesis. I improved it. A friend helped me to use it. This is what allows me to use my hammer. Without this prosthesis, I will not be able to.
I see. Yes, the friend I was mentioning
my
before
lucky toe.
also uses a hammer.
Here. All I have to block is this.
Yeah. I actually used to have a blade, right? A gun blade. But it was too messy for the shoulders, you know, every time you press the trigger, the impact, right?
Yes, I'm not really a fan of the guns. A bit barbaric for my taste.
Barbaric, yeah. There's nothing like a good hammer, and then you can start from there. A hammer, maybe arrows, using a bow.
I do suspect you want to look away for this. I don't mean you.
Believe you managed, dear. Congratulations.
Whatever you have in your hands.
I don't like.
Thanks.
So
Now, what did I win?
Well, that was free, obviously, but if you would not mind, simply turn me upside down, tap the back of the bowl twice slightly just to get rid of the excess ash.
No,
I would rather not have it that in me. Thank you, dear. Careful.
Of course. There you go.
Ah,
I'm even better. Using my mind, if people grab the blade.
You just
That was helpful.
Wonderful.
I feel much better now.
He's big, he's solid.
Congratulations! You have completed the
Aside from
Kagasuchi
the
challenge with flying colors.
Harry rather than trying to catch the blade.
I will for sure contacted by some of those products.
You can also
For sure.
knit together.
They help.
Indeed, if you have
But I
any
need
various
more things
kinds.
to control my anxiety.
Of
It's getting
course.
stronger lately.
You think
I see, poor dear.
like that?
Well, I am here if you ever need me or my products.
The diets are a part of the intelligence. The
Yeah.
diets
What was your name again?
Right, you know, I wouldn't
My name is Kisegawa. You may call me Kise.
Apologies for zooming.
All right, Kise. Nice meeting you. I'm Leo.
I wouldn't never.
Leo, pleasure.
There you go.
Very few people
Deal. For you who does not continue the spice. Rama's an asshole, 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 Rama's an asshole. Rama's an asshole.
Roma?
Oh, Rama, one of my guildmates. A fae.
Rama is an asshole.
Yes. Let us just say that he was originally going to teach me the spell I just used, but he decided to be a fae and teach me a different spell and make me think that I was learning something else for 2 weeks, and that I could not complete it because I was learning the wrong spell.
Whatever those words mean, yeah.
Sounds like a trickster.
I was gaslit by a fae for 2 weeks.
I'm on a bit of a break today.
I mean, I was also gaslighted by one.
I'm gonna go clean up.
They just asked my name. I didn't know if you give them your name, they'll take it. That was hilarious.
Oh, yes. Yes, I was told from my proper teacher that as long as it has the same number of syllables as prestidigitation, you can say whatever you would like for the incantation, it still works. Therefore, Rama is an asshole.
I'm probably gonna go for a walk then.
Rama is an asshole, so that's literally your reminder every time you use the spell.
Yes, Bethra Lama Sotsuki. Same thing. Rama lies.
To see you again, too. Fucking, there we go.
I mean, I guess that's a way to remember something.
Indeed.
Nice to see you, nerd. Nice to see you, Roddy.
I do apologize, I had to send you away for a bit.
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
It's fine, don't worry.
Man, I'm making for a fight. Is the place closing soon?
Hello, Moon dear.
I miss Kise. How are you?
Doing quite well. Another successful challenger here.
Hey, I think I've heard about you.
Oh yes!
Hey, you have some
The new Kagasuchi I made. I've turned it into a challenge.
I had to smoke this
I'd have
pipe.
to pass today.
That was quite hilarious.
I'm interested in that.
Of course, dear, of course.
I think you'll beat it. I think you will beat that trial really easily. I mean, you look at you, you're like... You were
My
made
issue
for
is I
that.
just got some medication put in me, and I don't want to be mixing things with medication today.
Oh yes,
That's
understandable.
what this medication does.
Why are you always on medication or injured in some way, dear? Goodness, I do not wish to lose one of my favorite customers.
Make sure he doesn't fall over.
This is meant to, I'm taking an injection to strengthen my blood vessels a bit. So I don't have a certain adverse effects to my rage. So.
I see. Well, good luck with that, dear.
I sincerely hope.
Yes.
I sincerely hope that the person you're dealing with knows the side effects to doing that.
I need some water for sure.
Oh yeah, Canicus. I trust the guy.
It all
So you say.
To be fair, I've never been in Zephyr in my entire life.
Yeah.
It took a lot of convincing to
Hasn't
bring
messed with
me
me
here.
yet, so far. I just feel a little weak right
Well,
now.
let me tell you this from
Hey, Goldheart, how you
from
doing?
the point of someone who enjoys dabbling in a few things that maybe somebody shouldn't. I do hope your heart is perhaps stronger than average. Let's say that.
Oh, dear.
Look how big his chest is. I have to have a massive heart in it.
Started with the heart first, actually. Strengthened the heart first. Before we did any
Wait,
of
what's
this.
wrong with your heart?
This man is
Nothing's
so
wrong with
well
it,
built that even his heart has muscles.
Chimera.
Even his heart has muscles.
I will not
I mean, is the only actual like proof of that the fact that he lifted that big weight over there? Is that how is that how it's calculated?
No, you've seen me fight, okay? You've seen me fight. I know you have.
I mean,
been doing augmentations.
have I?
Pretty sure you have.
Oh?
I don't know about
Remember
that.
talking to you earlier? About 4 months ago, I believe you said you were an entertainer. After you saw one of my fights.
That's correct. I've seen you box with people. You know, I've seen you play around with people. I don't think I've seen you fight, per se.
Ah, nuance.
I've seen him fight. By the heavens, I've
Do you
seen
want to
him
fight,
fight.
maybe?
It's all about, perspective, if we're honest.
True.
Because...
Being honest with that, no, most people have not seen me fight that.
By Odin's beard.
Look at me, okay?
Yes.
Odin.
There's no way I could take you in a physical
That
fight
is why I
with these spindly
recognized.
arms, you know?
My friend also uses that phrase. By Odin's beard.
Oh, that's why you recognize me?
Indeed. You do remind me of him a bit.
Such amazing conditions. Did you know there's a species of jellyfish
Do
called
I?
the Cyanea?
Do you know
Well,
Odin?
he actually wears that necklace as well.
The northern Pacific Ocean near
A slightly smaller version.
and it has a tendency to appear in large numbers and cause
Smaller version.
It has
The version you know.
flat top bell, which can be about 20 inches,
Hmm.
and it's cream. Or
He goes by
cream
Wolfram,
yellow with a dark center and
at least outwardly.
And it has 100 or more tentacles.
What was the name of this person?
Wolfram.
Yeah, I've always wanted to
Wolfen.
see a jellyfish.
Oh,
Though it is a bit of a
he's
pseudonym.
one of my friends.
Really?
He has a pair of shades.
Oh, no. Perhaps a different, It is not his true name, I'll say, but I do not know if he wishes me to speak it outwardly. He does not like, giving it a, well.
Because of the chemicals.
Ah, okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I know too much Wolfrakes, Wolfens.
Ah.
WW, you know. It keeps going.
Sometimes
The
we call him
memories about the
Sig.
necklace and the way. Yeah. So he looks like me, or I look like him. How's the thing? I'm a bit
No, it was more along the lines of the similarities with the tattoos and the necklace and the phrasing. I had not heard any of those or seen any of those things before.
I mean, maybe he and I are just Scandinavian. We both proceed from the same place.
Oh, potentially. Is that a cultural thing then?
There's a lot of different fish I end up.
It's a cultural, yes. Depends of the North countries. Norway, Sweden, Ireland, Germany also.
I see.
Those places are connected by religion. That religion is the worship to the Norse gods. Though everyone has their own interpretation and their own type of cultural beliefs about them, right? We never agreed. Well, they never agreed.
Oh, so this
In
is
my own
all
case, I'm not
religious.
so in touch.
I see.
It's kind of religious. It's like a code. Back in the day, Vikings used to believe that if they fight, they raid, they have the doors of the Valhalla open for them. Of course, they had to die with a weapon in their hands. That's what I know, right? Myself, I'm not too connected to my own culture because I was born and raised on English-speaking places, right? So I am lately, last 2 years, I actually been reconnecting and finding my roots, right? That's why I'm more respectful about it.
Ah, I see.
And of course, that's why I know a thing or two.
Well, that is good to know. I had been curious about it. I had not gotten around to ask him. Though then again, he has lost a lot of memories most recently, so perhaps he does not know yet. I did not wish to push.
It's fine. If he has
I do
this
appreciate the
necklace, that means
information.
He's probably somebody. Yeah. If he has this necklace or a necklace similar to this is Thor's hammer. It means it's a tool of protection and good luck in your travels. It also means strength. but mostly protection.
I like talking to you.
If he has a hammer on his necklace, right, that's probably because he used to worship Thor, and he's connected to for sure the same religion. This is it's a symbol. We recognize each other because of it. Though in my own case, my brother gifted this one to me. It's a bit special. For the sentimental
that is
value,
nice.
of course.
I think we only
Well, that is good to know. Thank you.
No problem. I would actually like to meet this guy. Sounds like a
Perhaps we can get him out and about. He does not like this city very much. Then again, he did almost get mugged.
Me neither. He almost got mugged.
Yes, he took care of it quite quickly, but I do not like the fact that he went in and immediately had issues. Though, we have called him Batman after that.
I came here. Yeah, it's. I think it's a tradition in Saphira. Newcomers get mugged and robbed. So if you fight, you will for sure like beat them. In my own case, I sadly got robbed and beat up. I am not really that strong. Not yet. I used to be. Yeah, good warrior.
Oh yes, luckily he's very much a warrior.
The man I was.
Bit of a monster hunter, so the human monsters are not too difficult.
It's the dress. It's great.
One moment.
It's probably in shape, yeah.
Yes, dear.
I apologize to hopefully you didn't bump in it. You're gonna hear like a high pitched like twang of like cutting strings. Like
Oh.
What was that?
I'm sorry, I needed the environment to help me out for a trick earlier.
Ah.
I see.
I see, the entertainment.
Well, no, you see, I almost made them believe that I could lift 600 pounds for a moment, you know, with me in my arms. It was rather entertaining. Until I explained the trick.
Oh, wonderful.
I can see for the hat that you're a...
Oh, please, please, please tell me that you could potentially do such a trick with me sometime. I would love to see the look on my guildmates' faces. Wonderful.
Wait, can you control like people like dolls, maybe?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I think that would be rather distasteful if I did that, though. I can't say. I can't exactly say I haven't done it.
Oh, I see. Quite interesting for sure.
Though it's a bit taboo, you know, to control people while they're still living.
Well, yes, that's quite taboo indeed. Unless somebody give you consent, I guess that changed the matter.
Precisely. If they are into that.
You'd be surprised. In the past, I've been hired to help out ballet dancers and whatnot complete some of their acts because their nerves weren't good enough that night. You know, stage confusion, a bit upset perhaps, but they just couldn't actually report and just push back that performance. So from the shadows and whatnot, from the woodwork, somebody was just moving them. You know, it's useful. Different type of job.
Interesting.
I see. Well, I guess there's still a lot of things I have to like know. That's quite new. Quite interesting.
Like I said, it's a lost art. I don't think you'll face many like me around here. But, you know, I enjoy it.
Everyone I've met so far is quite unique from each other. That's something I love about Saphira City and the metaverse in general. Cultures, magic, technology, everything is so different, and that's something that makes me be happy to be alive, you know? Knowledge. If we don't live for that, then we are not living, right?
Hi, Rami.
Indeed.
Absolutely. You have to find a way to keep yourself entertained.
Oh, hello, May, darling.
Some people find it in a bit more wholesome way than others.
By installing a cybernetic...
Yeah, that's what I convince myself of. I mean, if I'm going to leave until somebody kills me, right? 'Cause I don't age.
Pardon?
I mean, the less I can do is learn.
I mean, to each their own.
Yeah, I'm still processing that one.
What are we trying to do?
That sounds like some interesting gossip.
Wait, what's that?
Well, congratulations to them, I suppose.
Their needs.
Hmm.
Someone
Yeah,
got a
I,
cybernetic
Hey, Calico.
nether region installed.
Hi.
How you doing? Come here.
How lovely for them.
Hey. do you doing alright?
Jesus Christ.
Well, that reminds me of the Australian Thunderfuck.
Of course. Why are you sick? What happened? Did you eat something bad?
No,
I'm just sick.
It is good to see you, dear. Good to see you,
It's
dear.
never more than
Of
what.
I
course.
sneeze.
It's.
Yeah.
Oh no, my legs.
Half.
What's going on?
Have fun.
Take your hat, and you go into a full bow.
I know the feeling. I'm actually hungry. Gonna be honest, after the place closed, I might go and eat some burgers or something.
Oh,
I
someday.
think the bar is
I wanna get,
closed right
like-
now, but the
I
bar
wanna
usually
get
has
food.
burgers.
I had some sashimi yesterday. I went to a place, different place,
That
like
sounds
different
amazing.
universe. Different universe. Nobody spoke English, but it was really nice. We all
I'll be honest.
had food.
Sashimi is really good. Though don't kill me, cause I know you're Asian, right?
Hello again.
I like the California rolls. I know that's not like traditional sushi, but they
I
taste
don't
quite
even
nice.
know what that is.
It's a bastard. I will just tell you, it's like a bastardization of the food you like sushi, like American
What was it
made or
that that
something.
other one said?
But
It seemed rather
tastes good.
interesting.
It
Your
tastes
your
good.
your reaction was rather comical.
We don't eat sushi that
What?
often, but it's
Oh,
still
back
good.
there. Yes, it is a bit of something that I would think would be a bit akin to our guild in helping someone. Apparently,
Actually, I've
the,
never in my
let
life
us say, the
traditional sushi.
medical area here recently gave someone a certain special prosthetic nether
I was
regions.
talking.
So they made a lot of money on that.
Me and Casey were talking about how in Zafira and like.
I don't think I have the proper wording to even describe how I feel about that.
Sushi is not that good. Whether it was like.
I would say it is part of nature, but I suppose in this case it is the opposite, given that it is apparently cybernetic. That part I do not quite like, but
I mean,
as long as they enjoy it, I suppose, what can I say? That is more than some of us have.
I can't really do it by myself because legally, like, I'm like 9 years old.
At least not with
As they say,
a lot of transmutation.
to each their own.
complicated, but I'm
Indeed.
happy to help me.
Get a
We're
big
going to
mustache.
do like I use polymorph potions sometimes to fix stuff, but
You use polymorph. Wait, Carico. You use polymorph
I have a-
potions to be
yeah,
older?
I to look older and then it wears off and then I have to hide. It's
You need to
I
be
have a
careful. You
fake
could get
ID.
in trouble for faking your age.
no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay.
Be careful.
The business that I want to open is like the onsen, but not sacrilegious.
Please don't do that shit.
A nonsense.
So I want to do something like that. Yeah, I like the one purple lotus one that has misuse of religious imagery. But like the one that I want to open would probably have people from Hitoyoshi.
That sounds like
working
a
there.
good. Listen, sign me in. If you ever open, I would like to go and visit.
Oh, there we go.
We need staff, so if you want to work with that, we can do it. We're going to be
You
hosting
need a staff?
Kaluki, and North Asia sessions. People can sit down and watch.
That
I'm
sounds
gonna have to
amazing.
pick out
Listen,
some
I could
actors.
probably help you out. Yeah, I could probably help you out. We can talk about it more later.
Well, I suppose at least you won't have to take out the chalk. You know, I guess doing chalk drawings on somebody who fell down would have been a little bit of a bad way to end the evening.
That is true.
Thankfully, they're live, but we're told many times not to jump from up here because it can be a safety hazard.
Yes, landing on one of those, well, people or cars, I suppose.
Yeah. Landing
Oh,
on
that
someone or
concrete. I suppose the
something,
concrete looks
or-
rather comfortable.
That's fine,
We've had
Who am I to
someone
judge?
come down, do like a superhero landing, and a rock got lodged into someone else's chest. It's fun
Oh.
to see buzzards jump from up here.
Sometimes superheroes perhaps are not the answer.
Damn, Chloe, you're so strong.
As far as I've been told, superheroes are rarely actually the answers. They're good children's books, though, for convictions and morals and whatnot, but when you actually give it some thought, it's actually rather problematic.
Why do you suppose?
Being the hero tends to be more reckless than successful.
Precisely.
I mean, nothing like the story of someone ripping through 17 different buildings for the sake of killing one bad guy. I suppose killing tens of thousands of people to prove your point is just that good. As long as you look good doing it, I suppose. Perspective and whatnot.
Man.
Well, it does appear that things are winding down.
I do apologize. I think a bit of my personal bias that came in this. I'm a bit disenchanted by these sort of stories these days.
I see, disenchanted.
Bag with the bat, just be careful. Don't hit it too hard. Don't. If you start to unhook the bag, that's about, when you don't want to do it.
Goodbye.
Good idea.
Bye, Leo.
Bye-bye.
Have a good evening.
But I should buy some new clothes. I'm wearing the same shit every day.
Who's gonna tell them that a punching bag is meant for punching? I can do it.
Honestly, using a bat against a bag is a better alternative than the fuckers who shoot at the bags with guns.
Is the bat supposed to have one of those saws or whatever on the end?
It looks like there's just a sign, nailed into the bat. I don't think it's actually a saw.
Ah, it is dark. I do suppose I should be heading back for now. I have a bit more work to do before the inquel. But it was wonderful to see you again, Miss Anastasia. I hope you have a lovely night.
To be honest, I was thinking of going myself. It seems like most of the trouble has dumbed down, so... You know how it goes.
I do suppose.
I will have to talk to...
3 minutes.
I have to talk to Hamsky, though.
Oh?
Of course.
Oh, hello dear.
Sorry, I thought you were
Nothing to
walking
say,
past my
no.
bed.
Sorry.
A little bit of a... spider and string emporium. That has a nice vibe to it.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, I do wish you best of luck with that, dear. Oh, speak of the devil.
It's my birthday!
Tommy, thank you so much!
Holy fuck you, Thomas, and Gert. Hey, Flint. Guess what? It's been 34 motherfucking months of hanging out with your badass
Thank
self.
you so much, 34
Love ya,
fucking months,
girl,
holy shit.
And take all these feels right in the gut.
Thank you so much. Hell yeah, I'm feeling the feels.
And now I'm paranoid again.
It can sing.
I mean, I don't know. Can you?
Oh,
Sweet Caroline.
Oh, is this what I heard about earlier? I heard you were quite lucrative today.
Holy sweet. Hi.
I'm looking to pass by, thank you.
Congratulations, dear.
Great, my bad. Yeah, Right ahead.
Thank you. We've completed a great surgery.
Come on.
Thank you.
Yo, we're closing up. We are.
Damn,
I'm still with the arm. Poor Mr. Toronto.
Huh? What? Oh.
Still dealing with all that.
Oh,
hello. Oh, hello.
Fine figure.
Right.
Would you take it easy, dear?
I live there, but it depends on how I feel. I'm sorry.
Understandable.
Rama's an asshole, Rama's an asshole, Rama's an asshole.
Yeah, we
Whee!
I love clowns.
They did such.
Fuck 'em.
It was looking for the announcement.
Hi.
Baby.
There we go. Ugh.
Baby.
How's it going?
It was fucking funny trying to like subsequently like watch out to not walk on you and then make sure she didn't walk on me as I was walking past you. I'm like, that's why I was
It's a Russian doll situation.
Like, I hate this.
How it goes.
It's how it be sometimes.
I have a question. There's the beauty shop in the Hell's Row. Does it also have like, is that like Aurora's fashion shop too, or is it just like a beauty salon?
You'd have to ask Jay.
Okay.
But I
Wasn't
think it's
sure
just
if
a
you knew or
beauty
not.
salon. I'm not sure.
Okay.
'Cause I'm not gonna finish that soon. Anytime. So what the fuck?
Okay.
Oh.
Like we're looking for fashion places to go to take people for like a scene. So.
I don't think, and it's not ready yet anyway. The map isn't ready yet at all.
Okay.
'Cause I need to
Yeah, no
make
problem.
it by scratch or find something for an asset for it. Yeah.
Cool, cool. Just wondered. Thank you.
I spent those 50 credits from that fucker.
What?
One of the guys came in dressed up as DT, and she's like, "Oh right, DT, you owe me money, right?" It's like, and then other people started asking him money, and we're like, "Yeah, hi."
Oh my god, amazing.
What the fuck are you doing here?
Hello.
What are you doing here?
I'm allowed to be
Oh,
here.
man.
This actually is black and golden game anyway. I recolored the
Is
exact
it?
same
It's probably just the lighting then.
I have two
I've used Final Fantasy assets for things before too.
I have to know. Is Snake's sword a fucking like replica, like a fucking thing you'd get at a con?
I'm tired. No, it's a real sword. It's just like literally just shit tier because they don't like the Yakuza don't like her because they think she's a failure. So they don't give her really good quality stuff. So she is literally the most bare bones basic shit.
Oh,
So
damn.
it is a real katana. It can kill people, but it's basic. It's not like
It's pretty on the outside, but it does look like a replica, or like it could be. Oh, nice.
No, it's real.
Cool. Yeah, we had a nice
Not to
long talk
mention
about
she
what the
can
fuck
channel
happened in
chi through it.
Oros with her, with that guy.
Really?
We're just like venting about it for a little bit with Anastasia.
The fucking slideshow.
When he tried to like grab your scale.
Which guy?
Brilliant thing I've ever made.
Yeah, it's just like, don't do that. That's how you get bit.
Yeah, like that's some
She's
bullshit.
gonna now go like look up how to do offerings to spirits so she could figure out how to give you a chocolate bar. She's like, it's so cool if I figure out how to do it.
Oh my god, that would be awesome.
I don't know.
Well, the
if
thing is, like,
you
literally, like,
work for your spirit.
yeah, 'cause her form is literally, it's almost like the spirit akin to like a hard light hologram over the pipe. So like she can drink whiskey, but just goes through the pipe, and like that's why she stands in a bucket.
Yeah. So it's like, if she can figure out how to make like a spiritual offering rather than just handing it to you, I imagine that would be kind of like actually letting you eat things, but she doesn't know how to do it, so she's gonna go home and like go to Google and be like, how to offer a spirit thing. And now
That would be really fucking cool, actually. I like that idea. Because, like, she's always like, Kami are a bit different from yokai in that, like, Kami get worshipped properly and yokai, like, have another thing. Like, they do their thing. So, like, she's never
like, they can
been.
still, a spirit should be able to take offerings logically.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
she's
by
never had
what it is.
offerings like that besides like people using her. So that'd be interesting. I love that like it eventually works. I'm like, this is amazing.
It was the power of a weeb.
The power of weeb compels you.
The outlines move.
That'd be fucking great. I still want to get her, like, she'll get a proper form eventually. She might be able to keep it for a little bit. That's like far future
She
goals
gets enough
though.
offerings. It's like she gets enough offerings that it like ups her tier of
To
power
Kami
or
scale.
something. Like if I give you enough, it's like a punch card. If you get 10 offerings, you get a new upgrade. It's like a punch card.
I love that. I love that. I have my one. Okay, technically two, like one offering servant and one like samurai. So I'm working my way up. Get enough of the guild to
You're
worship
getting
her.
there.
And
You start at the bottom and now you're here. Yeah, this person's literally like the most shitty like. The thing with her is she was born. She's an Eastern dragon. She's a real dragon because she's only 23 in human years. So she's a baby. She's a fucking like she's extremely immature because she's literally. So she was raised by humans with the expectation that she'd age like a human.
Wait over 30 minutes. Thank you for doing.
Thank you. She took years to like far longer to learn how to speak. Her development, like mental development, isn't quite there, and so they had all these expectations for her and she didn't meet them. So they kind of considered her a failure and wrote her off, and that's why she has no armor, she has a shitty sword, and she's literally been shoved off to like a side project under like someone, the only person that like values her.
Poor Babo.
So she's only like around still because they use, because she's useful for drug making.
Oh my god. Part of me wants to put like be one with our guild, you know, to do this shit.
Wait, no, I can be small enough for you to give a hug. There you go.
Hey, yay, hug. Yeah.
Snake
Be part of our guild, we won't make you do that shit.
No, Wolf's her best friend. She adores Wolf, so she wouldn't abandon him.
Ah, fair enough. Well, Wolf can come too.
He's
Why
the
the fuck
only
not?
person that values her. Good luck.
I'll make it a personal goal. All right. If you want to be in my guild, mate, you gotta get with my friends. I'll do it.
Wait, is this your replacement for Alex? Different characters, same goal, different characters though.
Like, well, not exactly the same, but close enough.
Yeah, little dangly things. The dangly things are very mesmerizing for me.
Yay.
But yeah, what I'm going to give her a texture swap on her hoodie that's like a Hagao hoodie, but it's not actually a Hagao faces, but like from
Oh
far
my
away
god.
it looks like it. It'll just be random manga faces, but it's supposed to be like a fake Hagao hoodie.
Yeah, I've seen one where they use like certain like One Piece faces. Just like the One Piece they use and their like eyes are bugging out and stuff.
You look gross, and then you look closer and it's like cats or something like that.
Cats. Nice. Good, yes. Yes, good. She would fit right in. She would fucking fit right in.
The only thing is, she's technically immature, so though she is technically an adult by human standards, I don't really
yeah,
like
that's
the idea of her
understandable.
actually like.
Yeah, if she's not an adult by like her standards, yeah, no, understandable.
She's more like a teenager. Honestly, she's more like a. I play her more like a teenager, so. It's
Fair.
like,
Noted. Okay, then no,
in
but
character,
yes.
she's probably slept with people, but like the same way that like teenagers would do it. So
Yeah.
It's like
Completely
yeah.
understand. Good to know.
That's gonna be literally like the first thing you see when you enter the town. It's gonna be a cat.
What was it? Chimera and Ace asked her how old she was. She's like, I'm an adult. And they're like, how old are you? She's like, I'm an adult.
Probably would have had demented.
She's too embarrassed in front of other dragons to admit how young she is.
Aww.
She has a heavy feelings of inadequacy in front of other dragons.
Well, we at least protect other places, and we.
The scales came out.
The scales look so good.
With some leftover thread.
They're Anisop chips, and I got a brush that does scales, so each of these scales I just did it row by row.
Oh shit!
And then I transferred the black, and then they had like kind of a texture to them, so I took that and transferred that to a normal map. And that's how I got the scales to look the way they do.
It's so good. It reminds me of my friend's like porcelain. She makes like dragon cups, and she like does an individual scale and like she presses in each individual one, kind of like that going around. So it gives that kind of effect. It's really good.
they understand
And
Spanish, but
because this is just a named NPC, I didn't want to spend a super long time, so the model is pretty much one for one from the model. It's just somewhat recolored and retextured. And then I just added the snake and the dragon that are also recolored, so they match.
So cool!
The snake doesn't have visemes, but it doesn't really need to have visemes.
Yeah, you don't really need. Yeah, no.
It has the little tongue thing.
Yeah, the tongue is all you really
My
need.
finger.
Oh my
And I
god.
point my finger that triggers the tongue thing.
I love it so much. I love it so much.
And then it has collision, and if people pick her up, they can actually pick up the fizz bones, and I'll go with them.
Oh my, wait, really? Wait.
Yeah, you pick her up. I'll follow them, but I won't.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
like, I manually follow them, but
Gotcha.
they physically can pick her up, and I'll accept it.
I still need to figure
Same
out.
with the dragon. You can grab the dragon tail too.
Oh. There you go.
Actually, I can do you one better.
The only reason I haven't put the pipe back on the thing is because of the difference. I have to either lay it into the world or the size is too much. I have to like keep going like this back and forth to get close to people.
You can put it on your snake.
Otherwise, it's just a hand puppet on like normal-sized people, so it's a little bit easier when I switch.
Because one of the things it sometimes does is it'll force your arms. Down by your sides and force a walk animation. And since the snake is on the hand, that would be kind of weird.
I don't know if it's ever gonna happen or not.
So I don't.
We're gonna make Neo Mexico.
Yeah, it's buggy.
And they wanted to have
Which one? This one?
No, yeah, we want to do the telenovela thing. But there
You mean the dragon?
Called
I didn't see it for a second.
Neo Mexico. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the arms aren't going to read anything. They just go wrong, so
I gotta go do a funny trip in a bit. By the way, two things. One, I gotta go do a funny trip. Apparently some people are going into Sam's head, including Sam.
Oh, fun! Once again.
So I get to be the Roderick this time.
Good.
Since I'm technically going to be a voice in the head, do you want to also be a voice in the head? You can probably talk to Born if you want to pop up as Ebb and Flow.
Oh. Might be a little too late.
CST if you're interested.
Yeah. I have to see about that because I need to charge and do a couple other things. I might not have enough time between then and like Inkwell and stuff like that.
No, you're fine. Second question. I don't want to bother you about it if you're still working on things on your side of things. However, we hadn't heard anything back.
Right. Thank you. I needed to. I wasn't.
We knew you were doing with coding. You were dealing with coding stuff, so we weren't sure if you were just taking time to finish the coding stuff to make sure that's all off the plate before you did anything else, which is fine. I just also remember that you also had a time where it didn't ping you, so you never knew. So I wanted to bring it to your attention again.
Yeah, it was partly that, and partly I got really distracted by other stuff. So yeah, I need to do that. I also need to finish. Oh yeah, I finished stuff for shit.
I found out something last night out of character. Well, I found out one thing in character, technically. I didn't know there was a part 2 to that information, though. So I found out that Alibi died.
Oh, yeah, I heard from Sasha about that. Though, it seemed to think that, well, Higgs thought she was just like in spirit form, because I've seen like the fox wisp before.
According to Pardue, no, dead. Confirmed with the DM, dead. So is Rose.
Oh shit. What the fuck?
I have no clue what you guys are talking about whatsoever.
There was a mission to the Wastelands on Friday for like, Misty Lotus stuff. And they had a team of people go. Apparently everyone got real fucked up and 2 characters died.
I was watching it.
Rose, the onsen spirit. Oh my god.
It's on
Netflix
Rose.
right
now.
You want to see ¿Quieres ver una muy buena? La hija del mariachi.
And tonight's the first night of combat back at the onsen? Oh boy. At least they were smart and they limited how much the materials can be and everything.
Yeah.
It's not going to matter. I was in that conversation with them. I told them it's not going to matter. That is not how it works.
Is the texture memory too high still? Or what is it specifically about it?
You should not have duels in 80 people lobbies. It will never work properly.
I can see that.
Okay, like it doesn't matter how optimized your model is.
Alright, I'm gonna head off for now.
You could all be in social models.
You all have a good one. I'll see who to send you all to. I'll be back for Inkwell tonight most probably, so until then you all stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, bye!
Asexual polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder.